What's up, CFFW At? It is Monday and the start of another week of quarantine. And before we get to what's on the board, I just want to talk about one thing. Actually, just a couple things, kind of stuff that's just on all of our minds. And I'm saying this for myself just as much as anybody else. But one of the things I've been noticing so far on the Facebook group and other things like that, and sometimes some of the stuff we plan, like Zoom stuff and whatnot, is just less scores being posted, less people showing up. Like we did a happy hour last night. We had one person tune in, and that was it, which is not, there's nothing wrong with that. And, it could be that people are really busy and they're out enjoying the amazing weather we've been having and all that sort of stuff. And if that's the case, that's awesome. But if it's because people are getting discouraged or people are allowing this season to dictate, like, how they feel and control, like, their ability to motivate themselves to do these things, that's where we start to step into stuff being a little bit on the unhealthy side. So I know that this has been a long time. We're 2 months into quarantine. Yes, we're updating the gym and all that sort of stuff, and that's really exciting for when the doors open, but the doors aren't opening yet, and that doesn't mean that we're not hurting or struggling as people now when we're dealing with this stuff. And with some of the other stresses that we're facing, could be lack of income, we could have lost our job, we could be facing a lot of other things. Or if you're in my case, like I have to move in less than 3 weeks, and I don't have a place to live yet and all that sort of stuff, on top of worrying about my business and worrying about other things and worrying about you guys and trying to keep our community connected through this season. So there's a lot going on for a lot of us. And if we're at home and we're homeschooling kids and trying to do all that stuff and create some sense of normal, that can be really draining. And at the end of the day, you can find yourself in this, again, like I'm saying, this for myself as much as anybody else. At the end of the day, you could have that chance to work out. You could have the time and the availability, and you talk yourself out of it. Well, it's been a busy day, or I'm too emotionally this, or I'm too emotionally that. I just want to disconnect. I just want to put on Netflix and not think about something, or whatever it might be. And I have found myself in that situation a lot with all the stuff going on. So this is a temporary season. But now is the time more than ever to really be prioritizing your health, prioritizing taking care of yourself and doing the things that are right by you, by your body, by your goals and your ambitions and things like that. I don't want to see people come back, and we'll come back and there'll be some things that we're rusty at when we get back to the normal swing of things and the grind. But I don't want to see people come back and be like, I just spent 2.5 months in quarantine and completely lost everything that I'd worked so hard for. So all the more reason why now is the time when we should be trying to prioritize making time for that stuff. Post your scores, stay connected, keep doing the things that are good for you. We don't just program the workouts for just to have a workout program. Like, the goal behind all this stuff is to keep you guys healthy, to keep you guys strong, to keep you guys moving forward and pursuing those goals even in this season that we're facing. So more than anything, guys, like if we plan stuff as a gym or anything else like that, again, I don't expect everyone to be there or anything, but more than anything, I want you guys to know that when I don't see you there, I'm hoping that you're okay. And if you aren't okay, please reach out, please let me know or somebody know. Do something to make sure you're taking care of yourself through this, because this season is not easy. It's not easy on any of us, and it varies in degree between people, but not really in kind. So keep that in mind as we attack this week. If you haven't been doing the workouts or anything else like that, or you've been letting complacency set in, yesterday was the first day I'd worked out in 10 days. Just with all the stuff going on at the gym. When I get home, I would come up with excuses. And that's not how I want to lead my life. That's not the example I want to set for you guys. And that's not the action or the type of person that I believe myself to be, but that's what I'd fallen into. So I determined yesterday, in the middle of Kelly, which is a terrible workout to do, it's your first workout back in 10 days, that's no longer going to be my mindset. I'm no longer going to allow myself to do that. And if I feel myself going that way, I'm going to force myself to do the things I know that are the right thing to do, because it's going to make me feel better. It's going to keep me grounded. And staying grounded through the season has been super important. I've let that slide for me. I know some of you guys out there might have done the same. And it's okay. it's okay to not be perfect. It's okay to be human. It's okay to let the stuff that's out there weigh on you too much. But when you recognize it, it's not okay to accept the fact that that's there. We need to make shifts and changes to do that. So that's enough of this. Let's talk about our workout. So whether it's getting back into the swing of things or anything else like that, for today on Monday, this is a little bit different structured workout. Kind of trying something new and kind of seeing how it goes. It's either going to be really easy or really hard. I don't know. I think it's going to be hard. Anyway, let's take a look at it. So our workout today, there's 3 rounds. It is every 4 minutes on the 4 minute. That's what this means at the top. So 3 rounds. Round 1, at go, at the top of that 4 minutes, you have 4 minutes to run 400 meters and do 20 back squats. Now, your back squats do not have to be heavy. If you have a bar, I would say if I was doing this as an RX workout at the gym, I would consider putting anywhere from 95 to 115 pounds on the bar. Because why? I want you to move fast and hard. This should be looked at as more of like an interval type workout. And the goal should be that if you have 4 minutes, you're finishing this in less than 4 minutes. So you have some rest time before you have to go to the next round. So today, as I demo this, you'll see that I'm using a 50-pound dumbbell for my back squats. Why? I know I have barbells here, but not everyone does. I'm not going to demo something with a barbell that I know you don't have access to, but a lot more of us have dumbbells or something else that we can put on our back. It could be a backpack. It could be some other form of load. It could be your dog, for all I know. But have some weight when you're doing this. So run 400 meters, 20 back squats. I'm resting the remainder of that 4 minutes. When the next 4 minutes take over, I'm doing more back squats and less running. So I'm going to start off with my run still, 300 meters this time, and 25 back squats. Same weight. You don't have to increase your weight every time. And then I'll rest the remainder of that. And then round 3 is run 200 meters and 30 back squats. This is going to be a workout that really taxes, obviously, your legs. And if you've ever done a workout like we did last week, like Nancy, where it's run an overhead squat 5 rounds, the running gets really hard when you introduce squats to that. So don't expect these runs to feel great, but know that you're going to have to push yourself on them in order to get through the reps of back squats that you're facing in the right amount of time. You want to, if you're going for RX, you will have finished all of these all the way through 100%. If you don't, let's say you get to your last round, you've made it through your 20, you've made it through your 25, and you still have a little bit of rest time, and you run 200 meters, and when you get through your 30, you just hit a wall. And you get to 28 reps on your back squats, and that 4 minutes ticks over. Congratulations, you just did an amazing job, but it's not an RX because you didn't get those last 2 reps. So you should be thinking about that when this gets hard and those legs start burning and you don't want to do it anymore. Know that if RX is your goal, you want to finish that number. Don't allow yourself, much like we're talking about complacency in our day-to-day lives right now, don't allow yourself to accept that 2 reps shy would be what you want, is what you're capable of. That's the best you could have done. I want you to just push yourself as hard as you can on this one. So with that too, we are going to do a score. Since this is a set amount of time, we have 12 minutes that we're working through this. We're not doing our score for time. Our score is going to be our total weight moved. So again, I don't see these back squats being really heavy, because if you had 225 pounds on a bar, you're not going to come in and do 20 back squats at 225 in 2 minutes. Well, you might, but then 25 more and 30 more, that's a whole lot of weight. That's a whole lot of volume for a very heavy back squat. I want you to think about picking something that's still challenging. 50 pounds is still going to be challenging, especially with my legs being sore from Kelly on Saturday. They're going to be pretty slow at first. And as I get into it, they'll probably loosen up more. But that's what we're getting ourselves into. I want to talk a little bit about setting up for those back squats. We want it to be something that's easy and approachable. So you can pick it up, put it on your back, and just start going right when you get back from your run. If you have to come in and wait 30 seconds before you start back squatting, that's valuable time that you could be using to accrue all of those reps and actually give yourself a chance to rest. So 3, 2, 1, go. My first 4 minutes, I'm out the door for 400 meters, and then once I come back in, I'm going to grab my implement. Again, demoing with a 50-pound dumbbell. So I'm going to take that dumbbell up on my shoulders, and for my squats, pretty simple standard squat standards. We are going to sit down and back hip crease goes below the top of my knee and stand all the way back up. And again, this should be something where I'm able to move fairly consistently. Ideally, those back squats are unbroken. If you have to rest at the top, or if you have to take something off your shoulders and shake it out real quick and get back to it, that's okay. But try to make it to where you can rest with that weight at the top, take a couple breaths, and keep moving without dropping it. Because the moment you drop it, you're gonna waste 10, 15, 20 seconds of that remaining time. And if for any reason later on in this workout with more fatigue, if that 300-meter run that would normally take less than 2 minutes to finish takes you 2.5 because you got the like tired shuffle going on with your running, then those back squats are going to be even harder because now you're going to be even more pressed for time. So you don't want to have to drop your implement, whatever it might be. But the movements are simple today, guys. Let me pop this off my shoulders. Movements are simple. Workout is a little bit more complicated, but again, every 4 minutes on the 4 minute, you are starting the next block. Your run goes down, your back squats go up. It's 12 minutes of work, guys. It's going to be a great way to start our week. And trust me, we got some doozies coming at you later this week. So hope more than anything that you guys are healthy. Hope that you're feeling good. Hope you're feeling confident. If you're not, please reach out. I got your back. Our community's got your back. We're here for you through this time. And I cannot wait for this to be over so we can get all back together. I know I miss the gym, but I miss you guys more. So hope you guys have a great Monday. Hope you did some awesome stuff for all the moms in your life yesterday on Mother's Day. And we'll see you soon. Let's get after it.